of PT Pelni also expects a 4% surge in passengers or the number of passengers compared to the previous year-end holiday season.
And not only the sea transport, but also the aviation. Now they're getting ready for Nataru also.
Yes.
As the state-owned aviation and tourism company PT Aviasi Pariwisata Indonesia, or known now as InJourney, had announced a comprehensive operational plan to provide round-the-clock service. 37 airports that will be open for 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes, this is like a Changi Airport in Singapore, and I love it. So the 24-hour operation will last for 18 days, starting on December the 19th to January the 5th. And the peak will be on December the 20th, and then it will return to flow expected on January the 4th. And the number of InJourney airport passengers traffic during Christmas, New Year holidays is projected to increase 4.52% compared to last year. International passengers traffic in 2024 is predicted to reach 2.2 million, an increase of 23.2% from previous year. And earlier, Minister Eric Tojero also ensured the decision to reduce airline fare based on the support and also the efforts by President Prabowo Subianto. Instructions had been realized, especially at Soekarno-Hatta Airport, Tangerang, Banten. While he said there are still many more improvements, it's really a very close call that needs to be, that they have to apply it right now. But this is a long year plan. It could be in within 5 years that they hope that everything coming from starting from the airport, the entertainment at the airport, including the price also, that they can also lower the prices, especially during Eid and also Nataru, or the Christmas and the year-end holidays.
When is Eid gonna be?
March,
I believe.
End of March.
I just checked it.
Yes.
And Chinese New Year?
February.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah.
So again, when it comes to flights, yes, you can just add more flights and more routes. But in the case of something like a boat or ferry travel, which is very common for those that are traveling home for the holidays in Indonesia, this is a tricky. I've taken road trips now several times where I've had to use the harbor. It's not as easy as just adding more routes because they depend on when high tide and low tide.
Correct.
I was caught once at 5 hours at a harbor, not moving at all. I'm like wondering, why am we not loading on the ferries? There's tons of ferries. And I actually had to get down. I saw truck drivers literally leaving their cars to just go have a meal.
Have
so
a coffee
I started talking to one of them. I said, what's happening here? Is there a problem? They're like, no, this happens. We have to wait till the tide matches with the harbor.
Of course,
so that's why the strategy would be to add more harbors so they can load more while the tide is
Speaking of that, though, I just also would like to remind all of you that when you're taking the boats or the ferry, please do, with the legitimate company or the state-owned company, because we do have the illegal, ferries. And usually they don't have, all these, safety measurements that needs to be done. And we know weather right now is really, not like your best friend, especially right here in Indonesia.
Great,
that's true. Anyway, speaking of Indonesia, preserving culture is a top priority, and that is why acting West Java Governor Bey Mahmudin recently attended a regional cultural festival which was held in collaboration with the Bogor Cultural Week at the Bogor City Hall. The West Java Cultural Festival is showing the commitment of West Java's administration and the Bogor municipal government in preserving local culture, as well as confirming the importance of cultural identity in sustainable regional development. The public, the government, and cultural experts, they worked together during the event to make breakthroughs to create innovation in preserving culture. This include cultural digitalization, the creation of a youth platform, and the development of festivals that hopefully can continue to draw tourists.
Tadi juga teman-teman melihat langsung bahwa banyak anak-anak muda kita yang peduli dengan budaya, bahkan sekarang di panggung anak-anak kecil, jadi artinya kita tidak perlu khawatir dengan kepedulian anak-anak kita dengan budaya, dan ini tentunya semakin menunjukkan bahwa kita yakin pembangunan ke depan akan lebih maju dan berkarakter.
President Prabowo Subianto had officially opened the 2024 Regional Unit Leaders Meeting at the Police Academy in Semarang, Central Java on Wednesday.
Indonesian Police Chief General Listio Sigit Prabowo outlined the police strategic plans and achievements this year in front of President Prabowo during the 2024 Regional Police Unit Leaders or Kasatwil meeting. The police chief also highlighted the crucial role of the police in securing major events, including the 2024 general and regional elections, as well as preparations for the year-end holiday season. He also praised the success of Drug Eradication Unit and the fight against online gambling. He also discussed the support that police provide for President Prabowo's food security and inflation control programs.
Kami laporkan bahwa telah dibentuk gugus tugas Polri dalam rangka mendukung program swasembada pangan. Sampai dengan saat ini terdapat 13.217 hektar lahan yang siap digunakan sebagai lokasi pertanian, peternakan maupun perikanan, serta 7.471 pekarangan yang telah dialihfungsikan menjadi lahan produktif. Dalam mendukung hal tersebut, Polri telah melakukan rekrutmen terhadap Bakomsus bidang pertanian, peternakan, perikanan, gizi dan kesehatan masyarakat.
Salam kebajikan, salam rahayu.
Moreover, General Listio Sigit Prabowo stressed the importance of maintaining national security, stability, and upholding justice as part of the country's goal for 2045. Akasha Fiandri, Nico Arianto for City Today.
All right, everyone, we're taking a short break right now from our local updates. And when we return, Paul is set to bring us some sport updates. We know the NBA Cup in the quarterfinals right now. We know OKC is in, Bucks is in.
Yeah.
Today is going to be a great game.
Yeah, there's going to be more quarterfinals games decided to see who will make the semifinals of the NBA Cup. A little bit of revenge, by the way, for OKC. If you remember, they lost in the Western Conference semis last year against the Dallas Mavericks.
Right.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander exacted a bit of revenge against the Mavericks and Luka Doncic by beating them and making it through and seeing if they can make their way now in Las Vegas all the way to the finals.
Go Canada.
So, thanks. Also, we have football news from both on and off the field. Yes, our esports team has made it to the finals of the FIFA E-World Cup 2024. They will be facing Brazil after a hard-fought semifinal round as well. And on the field, yes, our Indonesian men's national football team will be taking on Laos in their second Group B match of the ASEAN Championship, and we will highlight all the preparations at the Manahan Stadium in Solo as well. And finally, we've got a very iconic signature celebration that has been copied all around the world. Yes, of course, it is Steph Curry's night-night celebration. It has been copied by not only basketball players, but in American football, as well as one of our Indonesian women's national team football players as well. So we're going to cover some of that news as well as round it out with some BWF news from badminton. All that and more when we return here on the C Morning Show. Stay tuned. Your Thursday morning sports update is coming up next.
Solayar ini dari Indonesia, khususnya dari Sulawesi Selatan dan Tenggara, terus dari Maluku sampai ke Raja Ampat, Papua.
Untuk mama sendiri atau Polypterus ini dia itu cukup hardy sih. Jadi untuk range airnya sendiri bisa toleransi agak jauh. Jadi mungkin beberapa ikan cuma bisa di pH basah atau cuma bisa di pH asam. Dia bisa di pH sekitar 5 sampai 8 itu dia masih oke.
Di sini saya pikir wah ternyata kami bisa merasa nyaman dengan hunian tradisional itu yang tidak perlu AC.
Sebenarnya karena kita di negara tropis gitu ya, maka rumah ini pasti otomatis harus arsitekturnya juga tropis gitu ya.
Fungsi hunian itu bagi saya adalah tempat kita ingin kembali, di mana di dalam rumah itu kita merasakan nyaman, merasakan bahagia, mungkin dari sekarang hingga sampai kita tua nanti.
We have the latest global economy and business trends.
U.S. Federal Reserve on Thursday slashed interest rates by 25 basis points.
And astute analyses from experts on the current economic dynamics.
We see right here the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped to 159.
Tune in to See Today Business live at 12:30 p.m. every Monday to Thursday and at 1 p.m. on Fridays.
As the host of this year's summit, President of Brazil, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, closed the Group of 20 or G20 summit on Tuesday and handed over the presidency to South Africa.
Depois da presidência sul-africana, Todos os países do G20 terão exercido pelo menos uma vez a liderança do grupo. Será um momento propício para avaliar o papel que desempenhamos até agora e como devemos atuar daqui.
At first glance, we see their face like a cat and their body like a bear. We will get to know more about bearcat, or what we usually know as binturong.
Awal tertarik karena saya melihat bebeknya itu kok warnanya unik, lucu gitu. Kalau dilihat itu lucu banget gitu.
Kalau boleh saya bilang itu unggas tercantik di dunia, Mas. Karena dia ketika mekar, bulunya cantik sekali.
I'm Dr. Lisa Chimes, and as an emergency vet,
all right, sweetie,
I've dedicated my life to saving animals' lives.
Look at your messy face.
Now I'm venturing out of the hospital to raise awareness about animal welfare and give mistreated and abandoned pets a new start in life. I'm going to match each orphan with a loving family, one pet at a time.
Hi everyone, welcome back. You're still with us here on the C Morning Show. It is 20 to 7 in the a.m. and time for your first Thursday morning sports update. And we're going to begin with some esports as the Indonesian e-football team has secured their spot in the final round of the 2024 FIFA E-World Cup console category after defeating Turkey 2-0 in the best of three. The Indonesian team, composed of Elga Cahyaputra, Rizky Faidan, and Akbar Paudie, is just one step away from repeating their success in 2022 when the country won the World Championships. They now only need to defeat Brazil in the final round of the 2024 FIFA E-World Cup console category on Thursday in order to lift the trophy. Indonesia had initially occupied second place in Group A. This did not deter Rizky Faidan and his team from giving their best as they battled Morocco in the quarterfinals. Indonesia defeated Morocco 2-1 after 3 games, and Indonesia took the first game 1-0, lost the second game 2-1, and took the decider 2-0 to secure their spot in the semifinals as they faced Turkey. Now, during that round, Indonesia narrowly cleared the first game 5-4 following a penalty shootout. The team then won the second game handily by a score of 5-1. This in turn ensured Indonesia's spot in the final round, where they will be facing Brazil later on tonight. Meanwhile, Brazil occupied second place in Group B before defeating the Netherlands 2-0 in the quarterfinals. And afterwards, they secured a spot in the final after defeating Spain 2-1. All right, good luck to our Indonesian esports team. We hope that they'll be able to bring home the championship. We'll report to you the final results on tomorrow morning's program. In the meantime, the Indonesian men's national football team has recently underwent official training in preparation for their upcoming match against Laos at the 2024 AFF Cup. This match will take place at home for them, which is at the Manahan Stadium in Solo, Central Java, on December the 12th. Meanwhile, the Laos football team has unusually canceled their official training session on Wednesday ahead of this match. The Indonesian football team conducted an official training session at the Sriwedari Stadium in Solo, Central Java at 5 p.m. local time ahead of their upcoming AFF match against Laos. During the session, the Garuda squad focused on passing drills, ball possession, and tactical training. Indonesia is currently sitting in second place in Group B of the 2024 AFF Cup, having secured all 3 of their points in a win against Myanmar. The squad also outperformed Laos, who lost their opening match against Vietnam. Meanwhile, the Indonesian football team head coach Shin Tae-yong said that he will not rotate his squad for this upcoming match.
일단 2024년 아시안 AFF 아시안컵 내용이 홈 첫 경기인데요. 일단 미얀마 가서 첫 경기로 선수들이 잘해서 1대0으로 이기고 그런 것도 상당히 지금 필요한 부족되어 있는데, 그래도 내일 우리가 라오스랑 경기에서는 좀 좀 더 잘했으면 하고.
Jadi saya sendiri merasa lelah, tetapi semangat dan main di home membuat kita menjadi terpicu lagi karena kita harus mendapatkan 100% yang terbaik meskipun kita pemain muda dan apapun mindset dan mental kita harus baik, dan pemain muda juga recovery lebih cepat daripada orang-orang yang biasa.
Meanwhile, their opponents, the Lao football team, recently canceled their official training session ahead of their 2024 AFF Cup match against Indonesia. They instead opted to visit the Manahan Stadium, which is the venue for their upcoming clash. Prior to the announcement of the cancellation, Lao was scheduled to conduct a training session at the Sriwedari Stadium in Solo on